Got a good deal on two Hobie Outbacks. The guy was asking, I think, 1,400 bucks for both, but he made me a good deal because they were missing a few things. I liked them, and I bought them. Doing a little cleaning on the Hobie Outback. Using a scrub brush and some ammonia cleaner. That's what it looks like, kind of clean, and this is what it looked like before. The whole thing, the whole bottom looked like this. I haven't got over here yet. But it'll look alright when I get done. I'm going to fill it with water and check to see if it has any leaks. I don't think it does, but just to be safe. So, I'm going to go through and restore this one. I've adjusted the lines on it so the steering does work on it. The rudder up, rudder down works. So steering's done on this one. I'm going to replace all the bad bungees. I've got a whole roll of new bungee on here, and that's pretty much all this needs. I've already cleaned and washed the bottom, as you saw earlier, and I coated it with 303 UV protectant. I think I got the bottle over here. Yeah. 303 aerospace protectant, whatever it is. It's just ultraviolet protectant. So I'm gonna scrub this top, and what I'm doing is I've got some ammonia cleaner. Don't let that stuff get in your grass; it'll kill your grass. But what I'm doing is I'm just spraying that little bit of that on there, and then I'm hitting it with this. What does that say? That says demo. Maybe this was a demo at one time. But wow, that shined up nice. But just so you see what I'm doing, do a little cleanup. I think I gotta figure out where, but somewhere along here I'm going to put what do you call it? Some gear track. It's got to be somewhere where I can reach it, so that I can put my fish finder in here. But my fish finder mounts along the side. I'm gonna basically do the same thing I did here, where I've got a fish finder that, you know, the arm moves up and down freely. But this one's gonna have a GPS. Lowrance fish finder. I guess this is supposed to be the hook for this bungee, but that bungee's worn out. It's basically a rope at this moment. That one's good. I redid these on my Hobie Revolution that's down there. If I can find some pictures of that, I'll show it to you. But I redid these. I just found some rubbery feeling mesh, and I put a little piece of bungee inside here with a couple of actually what I used was for wiring the little end I don't know what you call them, end terminals, but the ones that have the little round end on them. I used 2 of those and pinched them down onto some of this bungee so that this actually would have a little tension in it. But anywho, that's what I'm gonna do with that. What else? The bucket goes in here. This is actually an add-on, but the bucket that goes in here, the guy I got it from, he almost didn't give it to me. I was having a conversation when I looked off in the backyard and saw it, and he goes, "Oh yeah, but that one's broken." He gave it to me. So what I do is I make some ABS plastic. I call it plastic juice. ABS plastic and acetone, and it becomes a liquid. And I'm talking about ABS plastic, not like the plastic that's on your kayak. The plastic that's on it's kind of hard to figure out, to show you what ABS. It's just a harder plastic, like what vacuum cleaners are made out of. That kind of plastic, that little hard plastic. You get some little scrap pieces of that and drop it in here with acetone, and after a day or so it breaks it all down. But what's cool is when you pour this into the See, what I did was I poured it down in the bottom and then just worked it back and forth like this. And on the outside, I put some of that aluminum tape that's got the rubber backing on it, because the only part I wanted to look good was the inside. And hey, it worked. It's pretty solid. So that's a good way of fixing cracks in hard plastic. See, this isn't the same kind of plastic as this. This is actually, does it have any markings on it? I don't know. It's ABS, but I've also replaced the handle. Both of the handles on both of these kayaks is broken. That one I haven't replaced yet, but I'm going to do one kayak, and if I do anything different on the other one, I'll show it to you. I'm probably going to pull this out and then just wrap this with some of that handle wrap tape. Yeah, this stuff doesn't hold up very well. Then again, like I said, these kayaks are 2014, so they're 2014, we're in 2023, so was that 9 years old, something like that. But they were just being kept out in the sun too, and then dogs, and yeah, you get the idea. Thanks for watching, or keep watching. We'll see a little bit more of my ideas here. Yeah, and the pin was broken, and I made my own. Here, I'll show you what they look like. I had this white rod here. I mean, I'm thinking in a pinch, you could probably use a plastic, like a plastic clothes hanger. So what I did was I just took I think it was just a little piece of tubing, and I just heated the heck out of the end until it got soft, and then shoved it down in there so that it would form this circle to one side. Then I put I drilled a hole and then sliced it out as a notch so that it would do so it would look like this. But I made several of them, and I made them to where they fit inside of here, so as a backup. Oh, there's already one in there. I'll have to recut that one anyway. I made them just a little too long, so I just shortened them down a little bit so they would fit in here as a spare, what do you call it, rudder pin. So you can put this one back. Yeah, the originals had this little split in them. All I'm doing is I drilled a hole in the end of them. Let me show you. I just drilled a hole in them, and I'm going to put one of those little slip. Actually, I ought to put that in there before I put it in there. But yeah. As you saw from the thumbnail, I bought 2 Hobie Outbacks. This is just to show you what the bottoms look like. The other one has a worse bottom, had a worse bottom than this. Cleaned it all up, scrubbed it. This one had the little transducer plate missing. I cut this out of a Rubbermaid trash can lid. This was a bonus right here. They both had that in it. The other one had a cracked one. I'll show you that in a minute. This one does have all the caps for the rod holders. The other one doesn't, but maybe I'll take 2 off of this and put them on the other one just to make them look even. The new handles that are on here, if you see these handles online, do not buy them. They're very cheap, very flimsy. But if you do see these handles, we'll be here in just a minute. These are the handles you want. These are heavy duty, they feel sturdy, they feel professional. Those look like somebody's cheap copy. But anyway, the map thing was worn out. The handles are missing the rubber. This handle's broken. The rudder line was busted. One thing cool is the guy, when I bought these 2 kayaks, he gave me 2 kits for replacing the entire rudder system. But me being a DIYer, I just took some of that twine that they use for Like when you're setting bricks, the lines that they use for foundation and stuff. I just used some of that because it felt the same. These are 2014 Mirage Hobie Outbacks. All the bungees need to be replaced. Well, the steering works because I've already fixed it and adjusted it. I'll put this away so I don't go and break the rudder. Actually, the rudders are also sail rudders, which is pretty cool. So let's go over and look at the completed one. So here's the one that I've just finished restoring. All new bungees. All new bungees. Scrubbed it, ground it down, and scrubbed it with a bristle brush and ammonia cleaner. Wiped it all down, replaced all the bungees. These are all new, so they're all nice and tight. And I did have a Hobie seat and Hobie paddle for it. This is a ram rod holder. This one can be used both ways. And here is the Mirage drive. Both drives had the masts on them, but they didn't have the fins. So I designed my own fins. I'll put a link to that on the end of this video. The map things are worn out. I rebuilt the ones on the Revolution. I'm going to do that same thing on this one. This is missing the rubber here. I couldn't figure out why there was water inside, and I figured it out. New handles here. These are the handles that I put on. If you can find these handles, the ones that have that little rectangle hole in them, these are really strong, really hefty. I replaced the bungees on here. Here is the tray that I repaired. What was cool is if you ever go buy a used kayak, look around the yard, look around you, because this was laying out in his yard after I was about to leave, and we stood there talking for a minute or two, and I said, hey, is that one of those tubs? He goes, yeah, but it's broken. I said, broken or not, give me any broken parts you got, I can fix them. So obviously you see that. What else? The seat, got the seat in it. Make sure that when you're getting ready to go kayaking that you screw in the plugs under your seat so you don't wind up with a wet butt. What else? There's a you saw it, a ram mount here. This rod holder can be used this way or the other way. I think I can. I don't know. It's got a few features on it, but the Hobie paddle, got the rocket launchers. These are also Hobie. I think they're Hobie. Yeah, they got the Hobie emblem right there. So those came with them. So I've got me a complete Hobie Outback, and I'm about to do the same thing to the other one. So not bad deal for buying two at one time. I mean, the deals are out there if you just look for them. There's the handle. I wrapped it with that tape, the one you put on baseball bats. So let me show you how the rudder goes down. And then you got the steering right here. I'm gonna have to adjust the steering a little bit because the steering looks like it turns a little better to the left than it does to the right. Bring it back up. And then I got the bungee here for locking it back in place. Yeah, I really like it. I've taken it out a few times, but here's my fins. My homemade fin. I'm going to update this kayak. I'm going to set it up for fishing. I am going to add, don't know where, don't know how, but I'm going to add, what do you call them? Gear tracks on it. I might just add a small one here or something. I need something. I need a gear track so that I can put my fish finder, because this is the way I make my transducer mount. And that thing works perfect. If it's on a gear track, the fish finder is going to go up there. I'm going to use a Lowrance Elite 5 DSI on here. So it has down scan imaging, it's got GPS that works. So, well, not on here, on any kayak. But there you go. I mean, I should show you the bottom. The bottom was really bad on these things. I think that one had a worse bottom than this one. But they're pretty. So what I did was I sprayed the whole bottom with that ammonia cleaner, and I hit it with a brush, a scrubbing brush. It goes on the drill. Oh, this was missing too. I cut this out of a trash can lid. I took the one off of that one, matched it, and cut it out just to make a cover for that. That's where the transducer goes. So this one actually looked worse than that one. So let me see. See if I can get it to go up. Yeah, you can see how clean it is. Right. Hey, there you go. Hobie Mirage Outback 2014 model. Actually, yeah, 2014. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and send me $1.